Hello everyone and welcome to a game between ZeLL versus KraV. This is coming to you from the Pandaria Solo League Season 3 Division 1 as we're looking at ZeLL who played ZeLL who's playing human over here on the top right hand side of the map. Meanwhile, KraV playing random and getting undead. All right, so no big surprises or changes here. Undead versus human here on Echo Isle. Classic matchup as things are already getting underway. What do we have in store for you? ZeLL most likely going to be opening up with the Archmage. We could see a Mountain King first since this is Echo Isle going up against KraV. KraV doesn't necessarily always go Death Knight first. Well, I am curious as to how this game will be unfolding here between these two players. Acolyte's going to go ahead and get, well, some mining going as it rolls on out. And there's the good game, good luck. Good game and luck. Have fun. Hoping for a good game as well as we're looking at. Well, it is going to be a Death Knight versus an Archmage. No crazy hero or odd hero choices, but well, the game just seems so much more fresh than in years past. In years past, I could almost close my eyes, picture spellbreakers, priests, and flying machines trying to go up what destroyers, crypt fiends, and abominations, and that was pretty much the fight 9 times out of 10. And there wasn't even these support units such as banshees. Banshees or necromancers. It's the introduction of the banshees. You don't need too many of them, and those necromancers, which has really made a great difference in the game. Necromancers often coming in, casting that cripple, and all of a sudden, things just look a little bit weirder as well. Also, the destroyers have not really been used in mass as they have been used in the past. As a human player, I always felt I was on the wrong end of a beating stick when going up against destroyers. They seemed incredibly powerful and shut down one of the major advantages that human has, which is their casters. Sorceresses not able to be useful as you would just be fueling your own death and destruction if you cast too much slow. All right. Coming back around at Death Knight, looking to, well, finish off this creep camp there. Forest Troll Trapper there. Death Knight already on the move, picks up a Gloves of Haste. Meanwhile, Archmage going to go ahead and Militia clear out this Renegade Wizard creep camp while the Death Knight is already making its way out across the map. Renegade Wizard about to fall down there. There it goes. Ring of Protection +4. Gloves of Haste plus Ring of Protection. Excuse me. Gloves of Haste plus Ring of Protection. And as well, we are looking at one Forest Troll Shadow Priest to offer in a little bit of healing support. But that Forest Troll Shadow Priest always has a giant bullseye on its back, as that Forest Troll Shadow Priest needs to heal himself up a tremendous amount in order to get away, and, well, not going to be able to do it. KraV going to lose, or that last skeletal minion here, Death Knight, sitting at level 1, going to perhaps try and go after a footman or some other unit. Does have enough mana for 2 death coils, but doesn't want to take necessarily all of that damage. All right, KraV just still wandering around here, wandering through the forest. What is going on? KraV may actually get backed into a really weird spot here. A little bit of extra damage there. There's another shot. There's another shot going after a squirrel now, or a raccoon, and now finally backing away. Death Knight down to 199 hit points as we see a Crypt Fiend venturing forth to, well, just get in a little bit of harassment again. Perhaps getting some damage onto that Scout Tower. That Scout Tower does have piercing vulnerable armor, light armor, while it is being, while it is just there, finally trying to get repaired there, as the Crypt Fiend may be able to, well, take it out pretty easily. Trying to repair once more. Crypt Fiend just causing a bit of harassment as KraV brings in another duo of skeletal minions. Footman is already down to the south as the Death Knight, only 2 footmen here. They should probably perhaps back up a little bit again. Meanwhile, Archmage is going to be able to shoo off that Crypt Fiend as we are finally getting into, well, out of the harassment game and into this mid game where the fights will probably start mattering just a little bit more. Blacksmith coming online, which means that we should be looking at a single Arcane Sanctum to follow up right behind this, as we are looking at the Archmage already getting up to level 3. level 3 Archmage with 8 armor already. That Archmage going to be difficult to take down with auto attacks. But then again, well, we are talking about Undead here. So Undead doesn't need their auto attacks to take out heroes. Hero nuking most likely going to be on the table as we see a Lich joining in on the fight as well. Death Knight wanting to get to level 3 or level 2 will get there, picking up Unholy Aura, a little bit of better hit point regeneration on top of movement speed as the units are on the move again. All right. Forest Troll Trapper about to get, well, Forest Troll Trapper is about to get taken down. Water Elemental cleaned up pretty quickly as the Archmage makes its way off to the center portion of the map. Tech to Tier 2 is just about done. We should be looking into Rifleman training. There is that Arcane Vault. We don't have an Arcane Tower as of yet, as the Archmage is making a big run all the way across here, getting some damage onto that Death Knight. Death Knight taking a large amount of damage there. Tome of Agility picked up by the Archmage. There's a nice little bit of a steal by ZeLL, as we're perhaps going to look at some damage onto that Death Knight. Damage onto that Death Knight has to be very careful. You don't want to get a Frost Nova and all of a sudden have the Archmage, well, a bit too exposed, as where is the rest of that army right there, getting in a little bit more damage again. Death Knight going after the Water Elemental. There's that Death Coil Frost Nova finishing it off, and well, even though it cost a bit of mana, perhaps worth it to get some experience onto the board. Archmage shows back up to the party. Riflemen and Footmen are in position, and here we are, continuing to attack again. All right, units looking to pull back once more. All right, Death Knight looking to pull away. We are looking at more damage getting added in. There goes a couple of Skeletal Warriors as the Death Knight staying at level 2. Archmage going to try and cause some problems onto that Death Knight. Death Knight now down to 201 hit points, continuing to fall very, very quickly, trying to go after, going to pick up the Scroll of the Beast and maybe forced to use a Scroll of Town Portal in order to escape. Yes, does exactly that, as we're going to look at the Forest Troll Trapper getting taken out there. All right, Forest Troll Trapper taking out Archmage. Now, well, sitting at 3.5. Death Knight traded a Scroll of the Beast for a Scroll of Town Portal. Able to pick it up, but more importantly, also denied that Scroll of Town Portal from his opponent. Or, excuse me, denied that Scroll of the Beast from his opponent, so actually comes out a bit ahead, as the Death Knight is currently low on hit points, but that will be quickly rectified by a Obsidian statue. Yeah, only Terran buildings can catch on fire and burn. Protoss buildings don't burn. They eventually start regenerating shields. And, well, Zerg buildings are alive, so they just constantly regenerate hit points. Anyways, coming back into WarCraft 3 land, Death Knight sitting just shy of level 3 as the Lich does get to level 2. We should be at Black Citadel here, and the Black Citadel means that we should be getting up an Orb of Corruption for this Lich here in just a moment. Does the Death Knight come bearing gifts? Of course he does. Mountain King Illusion now making its way across here. Quickly just going to be ignored. Yeah, quickly just going to be ignored as the Archmage shows up here. Mountain King is already sitting at level 2. Are we going to get some damage in across some of those units? There's a Lightning Shield onto a Crypt Fiend. There goes that Renegade Wizard. Death Knight could be in a little bit of trouble. There goes a Death Coil straight up onto the Crypt Fiend as a Thunderclap slows everything down just a little bit. Priests are now showing up to the party as well. There's another Death Coil trying to save another Crypt Fiend, but it may just be not enough as the Mountain King is now making its way back over as well. Mountain King sitting at 64 mana, wants to get a little bit more, may end up losing a couple of Footmen in the process here. One low hit point Footman, one low hit point Rifleman in the very back. There's another Stormbolt to Death Coil, trading Stormbolts for Death Coils, and it looks as though one Crypt Fiend may end up getting taken out. Yes, no, it does not. Able to escape at 34 hit points. Mountain King, are we going to see a separation? Yes, we do. One Footman didn't get the memo to be within range of that Scroll of Town Portal. All right, down. Wait, come on, one more shot. There it goes. Down goes that Footman. We're looking at 50 supply compared to 43. Going back into no upkeep is ZeLL, but ZeLL does have this expansion over here on the bottom right. Now, a couple of things to note, especially on a map like Echo Isle. Going into low upkeep can be a little bit, a little bit of a hazard right now. ZeLL currently in low upkeep right now, so he's only getting 14 gold a second compared to his opponent's 10, even though he has that second base up. On a map with limited resources such as Echo Isle, sometimes the game goes long enough to where the player who stays in no upkeep ends up being much more efficient with his gold, just because gold isn't lost to upkeep, and that is how they win. In terms of curveballs, we are looking at KraV now opening or having a third Goblin Tinker instead of the typical Dark Ranger used for, well, a bit of healing, and also for those black arrows, and it's going to be a stun instead. All right, so the Goblin Tinker adding in rockets instead of Pocket Factory. The rockets will be able to do temporary stuns. The downside is that the Goblin Tinker does not have that much going on for it in terms of additional healing. Death Coil cannot heal that Goblin Tinker, as we see more and more rockets go down, temporarily stunning all of those units right there. Thunderclap coming across, Mountain King sitting at level 2, very close to level 3, and we're still looking at the Abomination and more units just fighting around here. All right, Destroyer was able to get in some Devour Magic. There is another round of rockets again. Goblin Tinker trying to retreat back. Obsidian Statue trying to heal up all of those units, as well as the Destroyer could easily Devour Magic in that front line spot. Yeah, there it goes, getting a little bit of additional hit points too. Obsidian Statue. Is it... Well, are we going to look at healing, or are we going to be looking at another round of stun? Are we looking at bonus mana? It feels like there's been bonus mana. Goblin Tinker has had a lot of mana already, as the Mountain King throws down another Thunderclap, another 400 hit point heal coming in from the Death Knight, as the Ring of Regeneration on that Death Knight coupled with Unholy Aura, keeping that Death Knight much more alive than he should be at any stage in the game. 54 supply compared to 50. KraV is really just trading efficiently well at this point, getting plenty of Death Knights, but now that Death Knight is finally out of mana, I think a retreat is in order, as the Mountain King, well, tries to, well, get to level 3 here. Level 3 on the Mountain King for that next battle would be huge, and that's what we're looking at now. Mountain King, is it going to get level 2? No, level 2 Stormbolt goes straight after the Goblin Tinker, and that is a complete overstay of his welcome. Archmage also gets up to level 4 now for level 2 Brilliance Aura. All right, we do actually have sorceresses out onto the field. A little bit of a dangerous proposition, considering that there are destroyers there, but with enough riflemen out and destroyers not being nearly as strong as they once were, perhaps it is still okay. KraV and ZeLL both now sitting on a low upkeep, 53 supply compared to 58, as the units are retreating back once again. Is KraV going to stay in a low upkeep? It looks like he is. I would have canceled a Crypt Fiend or an Abomination, try to get a little bit more gold going once again, but then ZeLL does have a very large army, and it's just going to continue to build that more and more. Goblin Tinker, well, resurrected at the Altar of Darkness, needs to get much more mana to really stick around, as we are looking at the Obsidian Statues. As we've mentioned, Obsidian Statues will often run out of mana and then kind of just become a little bit of a liability. You don't want Obsidian Statues without mana. And then converting them to destroyers in a matchup like this, where your opponent has so many riflemen, may not be a good proposition either. All right. Having large number of Obsidian Statues down to 6 or at 16 mana, trying to raise back up here. Lich now making its way over as well. Tinker sitting at 1 point, or sitting almost at level 2. Are we going to be looking at a creep camp clear here, stealing your opponent's creeps, as the Goblin Tinker is going to make its way over? Destroyer is right there. Gargantuan Sea Turtle about to get taken down. It gets taken down. A little bit of bonus experience. There's a Death Coil. Frost Nova. Destroyer could try and get in more damage. Tome of Strength being left behind, and while just trying to trap your opponent in this spot, not going to work out all too well. And well, that was a Tome of Retraining right there in position to go from water elementals into Blizzard, as we see a quick Stormbolt there. All right, Blizzard does affect even if you're hiding underground, and that Crypt Fiend does get taken out. All right, a little bit of attacking getting underway here, trying to clear out a creep camp. Death Knight has a potion of mana, only 125 mana. Goblin Tinker gets up to level 2. Goblin Tinker has a large amount of mana, as well as there are 2 Obsidian Statues currently out on the field. Meanwhile, what is this? A scout tower being placed over at the natural expansion of KraV. So once the expansion is established, it is quickly going to be scouted out here, as the main bases, well, still have about 8 minutes of mining left. quick scout tower gonna do one thing, which is get destroyed here after, well, after the destroyer makes its way over. Peon, come on, finish it off. There it goes. And this will get taken out. Where is this acolyte going? It should not be walking that far. It doesn't want to be spotted by that peasant earlier, but may end up just be taken out by spellbreakers and riflemen because it is out of position. All right, acolyte trying to make its way off to the north, pulling away that human army. It doesn't look like ZeLL is actually going to bite on that bait at all. And well, as KraV decides smartly that he doesn't want to try and clear out a creep camp, that red creep camp in the corner, when his opponent is in his neck of the neighborhood, or is in his neighborhood. All right, neck of the woods. All right, Frost Nova, Death Coil onto the Mountain King. Mountain King with what double rings of protection, almost 12 armor right there, Circuit of Nobility and Ring of Regeneration. Mountain King should be very strong in that front line spot, able to absorb a lot of damage, while we can see another Stormbolt go down, and beautiful Stormbolt by KraV, or by ZeLL right there, Stormbolting behind, capturing more units in that narrow choke point, allowing that blizzard to just rain down. Some very, very tight plays once more, and well, KraV's own pocket factory actually getting in the way. And oddly enough, we see a pocket factory over the passive ability that we often see on the Goblin Tinker. All right, so we are looking at rockets and the pocket factory. Meanwhile, Arcane Tower looking to get repaired. A lot of repairs are in order. There's a quick stun, and I never realized how effective that stun is at taking down Arcane Towers, as you're able to stun out all of the peasants who are trying to repair it long enough. All right, Mountain King, are we going to see a Stormbolt? Nope, no Stormbolt. There is a blizzard, and well, I guess that's one way you can get around not having enough. Is it going to be enough? Yes, right on the money. Finishing that off, getting that last bit of 40 damage. All right, Mountain King making its way back over Archmage, heading off to the north here. Are we going to see a Stormbolt onto any units? That is the question. A Stormbolt followed by a slow, and that Abomination could be in trouble. However, I do think that the Destroyer is just going to make its way over and try and devour that magic right there. Units backing up again. That farm actually causing a little bit of a traffic jam for all of those units trying to head away. Death Knight getting Stormbolted should be able to shake off much of that damage, as the stun does not last nearly as long. 2 base for ZeLL. KraV sitting on 1 base still. Spellbreakers lining up, Abominations in that front line, Riflemen in that back. More damage getting added in again, as we're looking at a single Destroyer trying to take down this Scout Tower, but there are enough peasants here to just constantly repair it. Spellbreakers will be forced to retreat back a little bit. Do we see Disease Cloud? Yes, across multiple units. There goes another Stormbolt. I don't see an Orb of Fire, though. So without Orb of Fire, a nice Thunderclap there, trying to prevent the Abomination from being able to regroup up with the rest of the army. Mountain King still has plenty, or will have plenty of mana here, as a big Frost Nova goes down across those units. All right, there goes a big Thunderclap. There goes an Abomination. Rifleman going to try and target and switch to another unit, unable to finish it off. 70 supply compared to 58 ZeLL, with a major supply advantage. Well, now 70 compared to 64. It was major for a second. It looks like KraV now training up some more units back at home. Or, well, no, 64. All right. Interestingly enough, though, ZeLL is actually lumber right now, sitting at 58. He isn't able to train out as many units as he would like, but he is picking up plenty of healing items, picking up a third scroll of healing, as we are teching to tier 3. All right, improved lumber harvesting also getting online here, as another Scout Tower gonna get taken out. And well, once that Scout Tower is gone, he will be forced to try and scout out that location to see if perhaps his opponent is setting up an expansion once again. Still no upgrades on the Spellbreakers or those Riflemen at all. We're looking at 1,000 gold compared to 213. KraV does not have his second base up, but he may have to consider getting one up momentarily, as there's only 4 minutes of mining left in the main bases. This side, I'll cross over here about 3 and a little bit more than 3.5 minutes, or a little bit more than 3 minutes, as the units are getting ready for what seems to be a very large push. All right. Griffin Aviary getting added in. No animal war training as of yet. We are not at tier 3. Archmage comes back across and say, you know what, I can just cast down Blizzard. Mountain King also has, well, there goes a quick stun, and all of a sudden the Archmage, well, was in a dangerous spot there. Perhaps he did not realize what could happen, and now the Riflemen are all going to be able to fight their way through, being forced to use a Scroll of Town Portal, and the Lich gets up to level 4. That added bit of extra damage, and all of a sudden ZeLL could end up losing one more unit again due to range on Scroll of Town Portal. He's lost a Footman and a Rifleman, a 5 supply swing, well, which does make a difference again. Yeah, the Archmage saying, you know what, Undead, we'll see. Thank you for the follow. We'll see how he's going to stop my Blizzard. Well, that stun from Impale or those rockets pretty much doing the same exact thing. And this does make me wonder, though, why go for the Goblin Tinker instead of the Crypt Lord if you're looking for a ranged stun? Impale just seems that much better. The stun also seems to last a little bit longer. There's a Tome of Intelligence +2. Yeah, being picked up by that Goblin Tinker now. I guess if you're looking for an intelligence-based hero, yeah, the Goblin Tinker does work out. Rockets can stun air too. All right. Rockets can stun. That could be the major upside there. Archmage, is he going to try to pick up a 4th Scroll of Healing? That is a question. As we are at Castle, I don't see a Paladin or a 3rd hero getting trained up as of yet. Archmage sitting on 3 Scrolls of Healing, the Mountain King sitting on 1. And the downside for the Archmage is that he doesn't have any hit point giving items aside from that Circlet of Nobility. A 675 hit point Archmage going up against a level 2 Frost Nova, a level 2 Death Coil, and level 2 Rockets. Well, that is going to be a very quick death, most likely, as the Griffin Riders now take to the air to perhaps try and shut down not only the Obsidian statues, the Abominations, but also those meat wagons, which have been causing problems to the back line of ZeLL's army. 79 supply compared to 80. Main gold mines. About a minute of mining left off over here, 45 or 40 seconds now left over off on the human, and then ZeLL's economic advantage will be gone as we are finally getting a haunted gold mine from KraV. All right, going into an engagement here. Mountain King making its way back down to the south. Mountain King has a large amount of mana, 370 mana, plenty of storm bolts and thunderclaps. But interestingly enough, that Mountain King only sitting at level 3, so those thunderclaps not going to be as game-changing until it is done. All right, Blizzard now comes down, finishing off multiple units. Are we going to see a stun there? There is a stun onto that Mountain King, trying to turn back around. Are we going to see an engagement? Disease Cloud just causing problems. You don't want to be fighting in a disease cloud here, as we could be going into a small engagement in just a moment. All right, Stormbolt, Death Knight taking a large amount of damage. There goes a spell, a Thunderclap, slowing down multiple units as we are looking at Blizzard now coming down here. Blizzard from the Archmage in the very back. There's another Thunderclap again. Mountain King could be in a little bit of trouble. There's that Mountain King. Potion of Lesser Invulnerability. Are we going to see some Scrolls of Healing as well? Level 3 on that Mountain King is going to get to level 4. Yes, it does. Scroll of Town Portal trying to get away. Mountain King down to 166 hit points, and it is able to escape. Down to 66 hit points, able to escape and stay alive ever so barely. Staff of Sanctuary finally available. No Orb of Fire, though, interestingly enough. Perhaps Orb of Fire would have been very useful. Mountain King is now back at home. Well, this is a problem if the Undead puts pressure now. Mountain King could end up taking a large amount of damage. Destroyer is right there. Are we going to get a Devour Magic from that Staff of Sanctuary debuff? No, straight up trying to attack right there. There is a little bit of damage. And, well, that Mountain King is going to be able to get back up to full and be able to join back in on the fight. Meanwhile, down to the south here, 2 main armies going to try and engage. Abominations going up against the Griffins. Abomination should end up getting taken down pretty fast. However, they are attacking slowly. Come on, finishing off that Abomination there. Able to escape at 70 hit points. What is going on there as the units are now trying to retreat back again? 71 supply compared to 77. Staff of Sanctuary trying to get that Mountain King out of this castle, but unable to do that as, well, needs to take down a farm in order to escape out. All right, Death Knight so low on hit points now with a Potion of Lesser Invulnerability. We are looking at the Goblin Tinker at level 3, level 2 stun. on those rockets. Will they be able to find their target? Meanwhile, the Haunted Goldmine down across here also fully saturated once again. KraV sitting at 74 over 80 supply compared to ZeLL sitting at 77 over 78. And well, the expansion gold mine of ZeLL only has 5 more minutes. If this game goes beyond the 5-minute mark, 5 more minutes, all of a sudden ZeLL is going to find himself unable to mine any gold, while KraV still has plenty of mining to go. He's going to have a major economic advantage, and ZeLL knows it. ZeLL knows he needs to finish things off rather quickly. Staff of Sanctuary, Potion of Lesser Invulnerability, no Paladin. Mountain King, where is that Mountain King? Mountain King is right there. Potion of Mana, Ring of Regeneration, dropping some of those items around as the Mountain King wants the Potion of Lesser Invulnerability, as he's going to be the one amongst a sea of enemy units. All right, Archmage going to go ahead and try and engage here. Are we going to see some stuns? Abomination trying to make their way back over. There goes a couple of webs. And now, well, are we going to see a... well, that was just an illusion. All right, illusion right there. There's a blizzard. Are we going to see a thunderclap? Yeah, thunderclap slowing things down dramatically. And KraV could be ending up losing a lot of units right here. All right, another blizzard should be coming in. Level 3 blizzard now should be raining down. No, level 3 Brilliance Aura. Mountain King wants mana for days, and that's what he's going to have as he's going to continue to fight here as well. Death Knight uses a Potion of Lesser Invulnerability. Scroll of Healing being used. Archmage still has another Scroll of Healing as the units are still trying to fight their way out. Peasants absorbing a large amount of damage as the Goblin Tinker taken out. All right, fight now pushing on through again. Meat Wagons. Well, are they going to be able to finish off any of those peasants? And there you go. No, they're not going to finish off those peasants either. As you can see, damage going to get added in. Are we going to see a thunderclap or just a Griffin's going to go after those targets? As we're looking at, well, Meat Wagon after Meat Wagon going to get taken out. There's one Meat Wagon, one more Meat Wagon down to 63 hit points. Could get taken out right there. More Blizzard trying to rain across again as the Meat Wagon able to escape. However, a Spellbreaker getting caught away from position ends up getting taken out. No Staff of Sanctuary in time. All right, Rifleman coming back over, looking to finish off this location here. Death Knight getting in the Death Coils. Thunderclap, no, Stormbolt straight up onto the Death Knight. Death Knight is going to get taken down. There's the Blizzard, level 5 now on that Mountain King. Still has a Potion of Mana for good measure, and there is only the Lich left for KraV. KraV is in serious trouble right now. I thought KraV would be able to hold on long enough, but it's 52 supply or 49 supply compared to 44 with a couple of low hit point units. How can you let a 62 hit point Abomination escape? And well, are there any other low hit point Meat Wagon in the back as well? No Death Knight for the heal, and I don't even see the Altar of Darkness anywhere out on the field. All right, a bunch of peasants going into work sick. All of them one sneeze away from certain death, but it looks like this Haunted Goldmine will get taken out. KraV has lost his Expo, and short of one Frost Nova taking down like 7 peasants here, and then being able to fight his way back in, I believe ZeLL is going to be able to take this game. Death Knight, well, Death Knight back across here, going to get healed back up. He does have 2 Obsidian statues. That is his saving grace right now. 2 Obsidian statues to provide mana on that Death Knight to lead that army. Archmage, however, well, could come back around and just rain down Blizzard pretty quickly. Spellbreaker offered up as a bit of a sacrifice. No, trying to back away again. All right. All right, Spellbreaker's trying to retreat back once more. We're looking at more units making their way in again. Mountain King, there's a Blizzard raining down. And, well, in comes the Lich trying to back up once more. Where are these units going to be going? Perhaps Mountain King going to perhaps get in a Thunderclap. There it goes. There's a big slow Death Coil onto the Abomination to stay alive. Level 5 now on that Death Knight. Level 3 Death Coil to try and heal up some of those units as those Meat Wagons are still backing away. 34 supply compared to 51. Abomination gets taken out again. And, well, 30 supply compared to 51. Death Knight is going to be able to finish off any of those units. That is the key right now. There goes a big Frost Nova. There goes a Death Coil finishing off one priest. It finishes off another priest. Yes, finishes off another priest there. Nicely done. 30 supply compared to 38. And we're going to see more damage coming across. More priests are going to get taken out. And there goes another one. Blizzard now raining down. Lich could be in trouble. Potion of Lesser Invulnerability trying to go after more and more units still. Slowly but surely as another Rifleman could get popped out here in just a moment. Death Knight needs a little bit of Death Coil. And there it goes for the save. 30 supply compared to 39. More Blizzard raining on through a web onto a Griffin Rider, and KraV may be able to hold on to this as an Obsidian statue is taken out. Death Knight now making its way back down. Lich does have plenty of mana. We do have level 6 on the Archmage with 555 mana, but it may not matter as we're looking at, well, a bunch of guard towers here causing problems. There's a big Frost Nova again. Stormbolt onto the Death Knight. Death Knight now taking a little bit of damage, but the Blizzard's not hitting him as he's trying to back away again. All right, Meat Wagons are here. They're looking to get in some damage. Disease Cloud, perhaps, well, just raining could hit down those peasants who are trying to mine right now as the Death Knight, well, needs to back away once more. 27 supply compared to 43. What are the Meat Wagons hitting? Yeah, the Meat Wagons really need to be hitting those arcane towers to, well, clear things up just a little bit. One more Meat Wagon shot. There it goes. Another Meat Wagon shot. And all of us, this expansion is in trouble. 27 supply compared to 49. Archmage is going to be able to get the Blizzard off. Yes, it is. Trying to save right there. And the Meat Wagon still getting in all of that damage once more. Frost Nova and an attack. Archmage falls at level 6, and KraV is holding on and just trying to pressure his opponent and doing a great job with exactly that. All of a sudden, the Death Knight and the Lich are just shy of level 5 or level 6, and that could change the game dramatically, as well as the expansion is absolutely getting destroyed. All right, Knight now trying to head back down to 682 hit points. Meat Wagons actually getting a little bit of regeneration from the Death Knight and that unholy aura, as well as the units are now trying to retreat back again. Meat Wagons look like they'll be able to finish off a Town Hall. Well, he was trying to get into position. You saw what happened when he tried to Blizzard the Meat Wagons. They were exposed, and then all of a sudden, the Death Knight, the Lich, crept out of nowhere and was able to finish it, nearly finish it off. All right, Town Hall about to get taken down, and that will be it. No one is mining any, well, no one is mining any gold either. All right, let's come back through here. Meat Wagon is going to be able to hit that peasant. Yes, it does. It gets taken out. Death Knight, Lich now making its way back here. Archmage, well, a third of the way being resurrected. There is a lot of knights back at home, but the Meat Wagon should be able to put pressure onto this Altar of Kings. And, well, with the Meat Wagons are putting pressure onto this altar, the Altar of Kings, the Archmage is not going to get resurrected anytime soon. Death Knight has plenty of mana. Lich has some. But more importantly, well, the Obsidian statues are still providing quite a bit of cover. Where are those Meat Wagons now? Where do the Meat Wagons go? They're in the center portion of the map, slowly rolling their way off to the north, having a couple of knights back at home. That was the problem. ZeLL was engaging without his full army at the expansion, and that's why his army seems so small. Repairs are underway onto this Altar of Kings, down to 500 hit points, as the Meat Wagons are going to get there and all of a sudden start attacking with that siege damage. All right, this is going to be bad news. Knights are showing up to the party, trying to finish off that Crypt Fiend. Death Coil going to save right there. Griffins are showing up to the party as well. The Griffin should be going after the Meat Wagons. Easy targets, but there is just one Crypt Fiend left. All right, Knight going after a low hit point Meat Wagon. That is going to be able to just get taken out after one more shot. And as that goes down, well, the Crypt Fiend is down too. All right, Griffin, is it going to really be challenged? That is the question, as the Obsidian statues are now in desperate retreat, trying to get away. Griffin going after the Obsidian statue. Unholy Aura providing quite a bit of a speedy removal as KraV's Obsidian statue gets taken out as well. Two Griffins are in play here as the Griffins go after the Obsidian statues. ZeLL sitting at 35 supply compared to 17. Are we going to see a new hero, or what else are we going to be looking at? Mountain King trying to run all the way back. Does not have Brilliance Aura. Death Coil, Frost Nova, giving Death Knight level 6. And, well, what else can we have here? All right, are we going to be looking at Animate Dead? I do not believe so. There's Death Coil, Frost Nova onto that Mountain King. Mountain King is in serious trouble. A priest needs to be trained up and then heal up that Mountain King slowly but surely. Meanwhile, no Arcane Vault anywhere, as the Knight and the Griffin is checking to see that there is no additional mining. All right, what is going to go on here? No additional units being trained. Not quite sure why. The Knight and the Griffin need to retreat all the way back. No Staff of Sanctuary, losing that Archmage early on, really causing problems, as a new Arcane Vault being built in the backside again. All right, two heroes And well, there goes a Frost Nova. Mountain King could be in trouble. Wow, he was not paying attention. Used that potion of lesser invulnerability a little bit prematurely, down to 252 hit points. Another Frost Nova should be enough right there. Death Knight, well, let's take a look. Arcane Tower should be going after that unit there. Death Knight gets the Death Coil on the Knight, and well, brings death to the Knight as the Mountain King tries to hide in the back. Arcane Vault, Obsidian Statue. Well, need to see more healing, and there you have it. Are we going to see perhaps? No, can't even see a Staff of Sanctuary. No more gold. What are we going to be doing here? Scroll of Regeneration trying to be used as the Lich is taking a little bit of damage. Death Knight now making its way over. Death perhaps onto the Knight or the Mountain King again. Mountain King no longer being able to be healed. That Arcane Tower needed to hit KraV's Death Knight much earlier to really just burn through much more of his mana. Mountain King's just constantly hiding in a hole, so to speak. Needs to figure out a way, selling a couple of quick items and now making its way back out. Does he have enough mana for? He does have enough for perhaps a potion of invulnerability or a potion of healing. Where is he going? Is he going to go a Stormbolt onto the Death Knight? But that's not going to really amount to very much at all. Frost Armor now coming into play as well as the units are now trying to retreat. Obsidian Statue needs to get taken out. Griffin now trying to retreat back. There is that Orb of Corruption transferred to the Death Knight to give another unit that can attack air, as there are two Griffins in the back right now. All right, switch, attack that Death Knight. Come on, Arcane Tower. Arcane Tower, remove a lot of that mana. Go after that unit right there, and well, down to 131 as the Griffins now going after that Obsidian Statue. Obsidian Statue could get taken down. One more shot. There it goes. And there is literally only 2 heroes left for KraV. Mountain King perhaps wished that he had something else. Does he have a potion of healing? Yes, he does. Potion of healing is going to be in time as he's trying to back away. Death Knight does have enough for a Death Coil. Where is he going to go? And there's the Death Coil finishing things off. A new Knight shows up out onto the battlefield. A third Griffin shows up. And what is going on here as the Death Knight now tries to retreat back again? All right, going after that Death Knight. The Griffins are in the air. Knight trying to, well, perhaps can start body blocking the Lich. If it starts body blocking the Lich, there's going to be enough separation again as the Knight and the Death Knight are just going after each other again. Lich, what is going on here? As I think ZeLL just gave the GG, even though the units are running all the way back. And, well, KraV is victorious. Yeah, Staff of Sanctuary losing track that he had a couple of Knights back at home. And KraV wins the game with only 2 heroes left. No easy way to take down the Griffins, and now that there are no Obsidian Statues, and I did say Obsidian Statues were going to be key in that game, once those Obsidian Statues were gone, and no way to protect them, well, things just fell apart. Hats off to ZeLL to recognize the Obsidian Statues was the weakest link, being able to focus them down with those 2 Griffins, even though he had 3. I think ZeLL was just so afraid that KraV was going to be able to set up another expansion somewhere else on the map that he had 8 supply of his units just wandering around the map, seeing if there was an expansion at that bottom left-hand side. Not having that one unit, and also the timing on that potion of lesser invulnerability, so questionable. Right after a Death Coil, right after a Frost Nova, he uses it. All of those abilities are on cooldown. There's no reason to use it right then and there, and especially when you can do a potion of invulnerability Death Coil dodges. I think that was a little bit of a trigger finger move by ZeLL that ended up being the critical mistake. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. Hope you guys enjoyed it.